Hey folks, and welcome to what I feel is the penultimate episode of Let's Play Fall of Cybertron, but I'm sort of biased because, you know, I'm a huge fan of Megatron, the original mustache twirler. And with me, as usual, is the guy that I imagine is about to disagree with me.
Hey everybody, it's the Last Roboca here, and, well, you know, by all technical accounts, it's not the penultimate chapter. And, can we really call, like, Megatron a moustache twirler anymore when he's pretty much just a, like, I would say he's more like a moustache puncher. Like, put a moustache on somebody else's face and then, like, punch
and
it.
then he'll take it off the fallen form and then twirl it. I don't know. He just always has all of these plans going, and every single one of them is a dire threat. I can just imagine. I have difficulty imagining him doing anything but holding a snifter of brandy and you know, twirling his mustache, or you know, the local Cybertronian equivalent.
Well, I guess we're going to see what he does when he wakes up in the morning, which is kick a whole lot of butt.
No joke. So in the interest of not delaying the slaughter that is to come, let's go ahead and get started.
Look at this. What is this place? Soundwave's old workshop. Just dump your trash anywhere. He doesn't care. Uh-oh. He started. Better get moving. Yeah, I'm in no hurry to please Starscream. So far, his leadership has been a complete disaster.
As your leader, I, Starscream, demand absolute loyalty.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be the guy who was sitting on Soundwave and found out about that.
I always loved it. That dude just sort of sits on Soundwave and never notices. Also, Frenzy does get a little bit of a cameo over there.
Running on the belt.
Starscream continues to rant in the background, and it's something that I feel like I should post as bonus content, just, you know, the audio of it, because he keeps monologuing, and it gets more and more ridiculous.
He's just, it's amazing how he just goes on.
Commit to memory. Recite to yourself. Frequently.
I always forget, whenever I do this level, that is an actual, like, puzzle you have to pay attention to and fuck it up a few times before I'm like, oh right, yeah, link the arm to the sucker from the energy on the cycle so to speak.
Right, and if you do it while it's purple or whatever, it just like completely shuts down and you have to try it again. It's not hard at all. It's just a pain in the ass.
Get ready to crumble before rumble.
It's a lot less impressive when he says it to like a pile of trash.
Not sure why he decided to tell a bunch of inanimate garbage to crumble.
It's probably been a pretty boring week.
Everybody's been really depressed since Megatron's been gone, so everybody's really excited to see this happen.
Commence welding sequence. Commencing dark electron infusion in 3, 2, 1. Balancing auditory sensors. Optic circuits online.
Where am I?
Chaos. My lab near the gladiator arenas.
Where is Starscream?
Decepticons, a new age is upon us. Gone are the failures of Megatron.
Enjoy your brief respite as leader. It will not last. Rejoice, my Decepticons. Victory is nearly ours. Soundwave, rally Shockwave and the other loyalists. I have a speech of my own to give.
Lord Megatron.
So the achievement for this level is to shoot all of the images of Starscream that you see. So me blasting those things there was not just vanity.
But it was also vanity.
Yes.
Starscream stepped in it this time. He's pressing charges against us like this whole thing was our fault. It's a true scientific marvel that guy can spew that much scrap without running dry.
What's your deliberate evidence in your original design?
Never improve upon perfection, Soundwave.
Onslaught makes me laugh.
Megatron, I have contacted Shockwave. He and the others will be killing you with their
Excellent.
A lot of times when Megatron like wakes up after being killed, he's quite insane. This particular Megatron is extreme. Well, it seems like he was still sort of quite aware of what was going on while he was out, because he's taken charge straight away.
Concerns have been expressed about our Energon stores. I assure you, for those who are loyal to me, your allegiance to me will ensure you an eternal supply of Energon.
So here's our Easter egg for this level, Megafun's Arcade.
This is such a silly thing.
Hurry this process up!
Play this little crane game. Every time it goes down, you press a different button and it gives you a little mini.
And the mini, of course, yells something when you put it up there.
Less talk, more work.
So you at home can start taking bets as to who the other 2 minis are. There's 4 in all. Really, if you didn't think that one wasn't going to be in there, you're just... I don't know what you're thinking.
just makes you wait for the prompt. It's just rude.
Yeah, it does. It's pretty obnoxious, actually.
My time is more precious than this!
When you get all 4, the arcade starts going nuts, and it gives you a bunch of prize money. Which is actually really nice, because now we have my favorite weapon in the game, the riot cannon, and it's pretty expensive to upgrade, even with a cheap shot.
I just want to say too, like, if you actually like fail to pick up one of those, Megatron just gets ridiculously angry and the screen shakes. Like he's got no patience.
Yeah, it flashes red and he just screams in anger.
He's got absolutely no patience for skill testers.
His time is more precious than this.
Who dares to disrupt my coronation?
Coronation, Starscream! This is bad comedy.
Megatron! Decepticons! I am your true leader now, and I order you to attack Megatron! Now!
That's Megatron! But he was crushed!
Probable resurrection is too late. The Decepticon army is now loyal to me. The reign of Starscream has begun!
And now, it will end.
Destroy him!
Starscream never not poses.
Love the crown, which is of course the entire sequence here is a callback to Starscream's coronation in the Transformers movie, the animated movie. Which honestly ends a lot worse for Starscream than this one does.
Comparatively, he gets off really easy. Now, Megatron is a character's design that I also really, really love, almost as much as Vortex, because everything about him is so well thought out.
He's unstoppable! You are unfit to be called Decepticons! For Starscream! You dare attack me? Martyr as many of your fools as you wish, Starscream. I'm just breaking in my new system.
Attack! Attack!
Come on! You heard Starscream! Yes, come! There is no greater honor than to fall at the hand of a king. Didn't think they had it in them!
But everything about Megatron is centered around his fusion gun, which, you know, obviously you can pick up other primary weapons, but why would you? You're awful. Don't do that. Because, I mean, his hover slam is wonderful all by itself, but it makes it a million times easier to fire the fusion gun and it also increases its damage. And then his tank form is beautiful for hitting all of these areas that, you know, the fusion gun is not that terribly good at.
Yeah, it's a lot quicker to go from muzzle to target than the fusion gun is, so those snipers don't really get a chance to move around.
All will kneel before me! Let's see if your armor is as strong as your word, Megatron!
I love this engagement.
Yeah, this...
And that's why.
Yeah, this is definitely where you start to get maybe the sense that Megatron is just designed by them to be as absolutely destructive as possible. Because these guys, they don't really stand a chance, whereas before they might have been quite a stressful fight with anybody else.
You forget, Starscream! It was in this gladiatorial arena I proved myself worthy to lead!
That day has long passed, Megatron.
That day will live forever!
Jerks nailing the explosive barrel. You know, I also just love it how, you know, these leapers have been such a big problem for you in a lot of other levels, and then Megatron is like tailor-made to fuck with these guys. Since, you know, that they do their patented leap attack, all you have to do is hover, and then you can just counter slam them. It's such a fuck you to these guys.
No, Megatron wouldn't have a bunch of lackeys that were quite strong like that he wouldn't know how to annihilate in tiny little pieces.
Love it.
Cowards! Is there no one left who would challenge this pretender to the throne?
Fight your own battle, Starscream, unless you're a coward.
When I give an order, that order is law.
Starscream, your mockery of a reign is over!
You will pay for this, Megatron!
You want us to chase him down? Finish him off? He's not worth the time. Starscream's penchant for self-worship has severely drained our energon supply. What's the plan, sir? Before my attack on Autobot City, Shockwave informed me of a discovery in the Sea of Rust. He is on his way now to report. Yes, Lord Megatron. Decepticons! Megatron has returned!
There's where they were hiding all the big statues.
I just love that it's bigger than all the one Starscream had.
Nice one! Been wanting to destroy that ugly thing the day the Constructicons were ordered to build it.
Starscream got what he deserved. Doubt we'll see much more of him.
Yeah, okay.
These guys.
Always knew you'd come back, Megatron! Shockwave, report!
All hail Megatron. I've built a replica of the tower I found in the Sea of Rust. The ancients used it to unlock space portals in high orbit over Cybertron.
Excellent. I assume you've already found a suitable planet?
Affirmative. The world is primitive, but rich with raw energy. All that we require now is a space transport with a strong enough power core to fly us there.
I'll handle that. Shockwave, ready your tower. We leave now!
A man of action, as always.
He's barely been alive for, what, you know... Well, let's take a look at the clock.
15
yeah,
minutes.
15 minutes, and already he's like, well, now I'm gonna go get us a means to get things done.
Where are we headed, Megatron? The crater where Trypticon crashed when he fell from orbit. Think that monster is still functional? I care not. His power core is what I need. Megatron! We're taking heavy fire! Brace for impact!
He has, however, learned something from his escapades in ramming ships into things, and at least he bails out before this one explodes.
Interesting. The Autobots have no air defenses near the crater. Fly ahead and find a data entry point to unlock the gate. Notify me when you're in position. Forward, Decepticons! Run, Autobots! Megatron lives!
Now, it was in this level that I suddenly realized that I might play a little too aggressively.
Hack it, Soundwave!
Scouts, do you have visual contact? Repeat, do you have visual contact? We have every kind of contact!
In that lovely little Autobot chatter right there, if I had just gone balls out the way I normally do, I would have actually cut it off because I would have murdered the voice actors.
I'm still uneasy about treating a sentient, even one as savage as Trypticon, as a repository for energon. Trypticon, of course, took the life of many Autobots. Perhaps it is only fitting that he now gives life to so many in return. Hit him! Hit him! Hit him! We are hitting him! With what? Insults? Someone put some ordnance on that target!
The Autobots in this level are so good.
Megatron! He flies now? That is not okay! That is not okay!
That is, it is pretty much their worst nightmare.
Very short set of cycles. What seems like a nanoclick in comparison to the millennium of oppression endured by Cybertronians. The status quo has been destroyed. Optimus Prime and his foolish Autobots continue to resist the tide of history, toiling under the persistent delusion that they can single-handedly reverse the direction of time itself. The struggle for freedom has been won. The revolution will be
Come back here!
Dude, like that delivery.
Some of the audio logs in this level are just like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, like that one earlier from Ratchet.
Now locate Trypticons.
Yeah, everything is completely topsy-turvy in this level in a lot of ways, which is weird because with Megatron back in charge, it should be right side up for the first time in a while.
Look at him go.
Megatron, there is a significant power source in a facility nearby.
Feed me the coordinates!
Also, Frenzy's having all sorts of fun with that other prisoner.
Soundwave, open the bridge on the far side!
Yes, Megatron.
It's like the, a party with the gang all back together. What's not to love?
Particularly when they give us such big things to blow up, like this Marauder.
That's a hit! I think we hurt him! You didn't even hurt his feelings!
Oh, whoa!
Good lord. You talk about being aggressive. To be fair, Megatron, just his weapon set, his skill set, everything encourages you to be exactly that. So aggressive.
Training Trypticon's power core as a source of energy.
Bold move. I didn't think Optimus had it in him.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because, there's only once or twice where the enemies are a grave threat to Megatron. I mean, the Marauders there make you think so, but they're really not so bad.
He's here for Trypticon! Don't let him through the gates!
If you go forward so quickly, you actually miss a lot of the great radio chatter on this level.
Oh, here we go.
And now I've bought the Planet Buster.
The Planet Buster. So, everyone, look down to your bottom right of the screen. Take a look at that little flashing thing. That is the last shot in the gun.
No problems. It can't be shot with high explosion, soldier. Now run those mags.
And it does that.
Does 400% damage, or something ridiculous like that, basically.
Is the threat contained? Negative! Negative! Forward scouts, what do you see? I have no idea. What's it look like? Pain, sorrow, and eternal stasis. Not necessarily in that order.
I let him finish his sentence before I sent him into the last one.
Ludicus, clear a path through that gate with pleasure.
Megatron's giant robot buddy, not nearly as impressive as Metroplex, but gets the job done.
I also really enjoy how you can just stand right there and let him swing that thing straight over your head. Just like, yeah, whatever.
Megatron knows because they hit him.
I also thought it was hilarious how the gate to Iacon here is just a huge Autobot face.
Advise! Megatron has breached the gate! Megatron has entered the facility! Thanks for the update!
I love the Autobot Sergeant and all of his mooks just yelling at each other through this entire level.
Can't stop them! Fall back!
Fire! 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 We are firing!
And try aiming!
See, Brawl's advice is right. Try aiming. They added so many. I swear they added so many extra destructible bits in this, just so we could, you know, make every single shot Megatron does do like 10 times the amount of damage to the general area.
If you play this yourself, there's actually a bunch of things that you can demolish that I haven't. Mostly because I'm more interested in shooting Autobots, destroying everything else.
No one does Trails of Destruction quite like Megatron.
Not at all.
I'm in Autobot City. Optimus, there are reports on the battlefield that Megatron is alive.
Are the reports confirmed?
Here's your confirmation.
Megatron, you're functional.
Never felt better, Prime.
If you're here for Trypticon's power core, then your cause is as desperate as ours. End your aggression. We can work together.
Your pathetic ideals have turned Cybertron into the barren wasteland it has become. You are the cause. I am the solution. You deserve no less than the oblivion I will bring to you. Goodbye, Prime.
Megatron, wait!
No waiting on that one. That's pretty much a final sentence. So this is one of the two areas where Megatron can actually be in danger, but God bless it, Polygon Stick Out! Fuck!
Yep. You just need the shot that'll destroy everything.
The Autobots are doubling their defenses.
They often expend great effort in vain.
So yeah, with how I deal with this, I'm just, you know, I come in back and I demolish everything in sight. So normally that means you have like 8 enemies shooting at you at once. Megatron's perfectly well equipped to deal with that, so, you know, whatever. Just turn on an Energon recharger to make sure you're constantly regenerating health and then blow everything to hell.
Yeah, if you don't sort of...
After countless megacycles of war, I have faced no harder decision, given no more difficult order than this. Effective immediately, all Autobot soldiers are to retreat their positions and gather at Iacon. A final general evacuation has been planned, and it is presently underway. I implore all of you to resist, as I have resisted, the temptation to fight until the end. The end is here and now. Cybertron itself is past the point of survival. The future of the Autobots lies far from these war-torn lands. That future must begin now. I look forward to the honor of serving each of you again aboard the Ark. Until then, may the Primes watch over you.
Longest audio log ever. What were you saying, brother?
To be perfectly honest, I was just gonna say I have died so many times in that area, but mostly because I tried to get the achievement for this level, that is, doing that big-ass ground stomp and killing 5 dudes at once with it, and I've never done it!
Yeah, it's very luck-based, though if you're going to do it, this area where I just rained destruction on all of those Autobots is actually a wonderful place to do it because they are very likely to group up. I already have this achievement, and I don't really much care. I just want to destroy as many Autobots as I can in as short a period as I can.
Soundwave, are you reading this? The Autobots didn't remove the power core. Trypticon is still alive.
His body is still salvageable.
Which kind of makes the whole drawing energon from him thing a little creepier.
A little bit, yes. Freaking jets. They actually move a little bit too fast for the tank shell to hit them reliably, so unless you get lucky like I did there, they can be a serious pain in your ass.
Well, they're much different to how they always are, though.
Oh, God. They're not even really going to hurt you that bad, but Jesus Christ, they're so annoying. This is the other area where you're in a fair bit of danger as Megatron, but again, an energon recharger fixes everything. I'm under attack from like 6 different sources right now, and I could not possibly care less.
Just do it the Megatron way.
I run out of ammo, but who cares? I've got a freaking tank form.
I like to imagine that's what Megatron says in response to a lot of problems. About rude, we're pulling a lever here.
Totally rude. Now you can just die. I was going to let you live with the fact that you're the only survivor of your squad, but now you can just fry.
I'd have run after throwing the grenade, personally.
I've just been like, alright, I'm done.
Good enough!
A weapon befitting Megatron!
I agree, Megatron. That is a weapon befitting you. So I get a chance to show off exactly how much damage the tank form does here.
Key now. What is this abomination?
Class Autobot. Heavy weapons and armor. Very formidable.
As am I.
You remember how hard this was when I was Vortex? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Megatron just eats this dude for breakfast.
Yeah, even faster than Swindle did with his rockets.
Uh-huh. The tank form just does so much freaking damage.
Peace will be attained through war, and nothing short of it. Hearing this simple truth, so elegantly expressed, was the first time I took genuine notice of the gladiator called Megatron. Like most Decepticons, I felt an inexplicable draw to the gladiator pits, even before Megatron began his steady rise to glory. We were pulled to the arena as if the violence itself were somehow beckoning us. Which of course it was. The High Council and even Optimus himself underestimated Megatron for this reason. They believed that he created a revolution, when the opposite was the case. The revolution created Megatron.
I always thought that was a really interesting take on how this works, and it actually dovetails in really nicely with like the mirror universe continuity of Transformers called Shattered Glass, where Optimus is the evil one and Megatron is the good guy. And in that continuity, Megatron is a mathematician who derives that a revolution is inevitable about like 4 or 5 months before Optimus starts leading the psychotic Autobots to destroy everything.
I like that. According to this equation, oh god, we're all in a whole lot of fucking trouble.
Never figured out exactly how that was supposed to work, but whatever.
Visual on Trypticon's leg stabilizers. They've been sectioned off.
Destroying the batteries should free them from their minds.
So I managed to bug out the game a little bit here.
That's always nice.
That target thing right there, that's never going away. I was a little bit worried that I'd broken the game and I was going to be barred from going forward, but fortunately everything sort of works.
Nothing but Megatron.
Even altering the fundamental reality laws of reality.
Soundwave's just too stubborn to like take that HUD thing down.
I was a little bit terrified to move before I was sure those legs were out of my way, because it's actually deceptively easy to fall down under that platform I was sitting on and go straight to your death. And I did not want that to happen.
There! I see Trypticon's torso unit!
Interesting, they keep him alive but disassembled.
I don't exactly know how they're supposed to be able to do that, but Cybertronians are weird.
So Laserbeak, doing his job. Doing his job.
A good job at it, too.
Oh, he's the best.
Has Optimus witnessed firsthand the sight of Trypticon disassembled, pulled from limb to limb? His still living carcass slowly bled dry by our leeching tubes. Does war give us the right to live like parasites off our faults?
This is what I was talking about with weird voice cues that make things cut off for no reason. I normally would have replayed the entire stage to get Ratchet's whole thing there, but it's just him bitching again about how he's not comfortable morally with leeching off Trypticon. We already heard it once, Ratchet. Thank you.
He simply asks the question, is this right? Perhaps this is for better minds than myself, but yes, as...
It's very redundant.
Except at last! Open the door, Soundwave!
Yes. For the glory of Cybertron. Megatron's will is the fate of Cybertron.
I just wanted to top up of my health and ammo there. This next area is a gauntlet survival, and it is beautiful. I absolutely love this sequence.
Yeah, this is where I have died the most in the game.
Oh man, I don't even really consider myself in any serious threat unless I'm playing on hard in this area. And I'll show you why. I mean, it's just going to be utterly raining Autobots. Useful. I get a little bit confused here because the trigger for Soundwave showing up to increase the plot is both you shooting all of those batteries and dealing with the snipers, and I'm never certain if I got all the freaking snipers or not.
He was just pausing for dramatic effect.
It's Soundwave!
As you command.
It's just been a mile a minute, so I'm just taking a moment to, you know, have a coffee. But, oh well, now it's time back to killing Autobots.
So what you're saying is Megatron finally got that coffee.
Yeah, but it wasn't Starscream who brought it, so it still wasn't the same.
He finally got it from Shockwave, and it's weird and creepy, and the cup has all these like little pointy bits on it.
It's also kind of like tilted weird because Shockwave had no depth perception while he was trying to make the damn thing.
He filtered it through like an Autobot's face as well. You just wanted to see what happened when you melted an Autobot's face.
It is a perfectly legitimate scientific experiment, and fuck you if you think otherwise. Running a scrap maker out of ammo is something that I will never get tired of.
So much to explode, so little time.
Love how that Rocketeer is like open wide. Yeah, okay. Enjoy a much more useful rocket.
An exchanging of meals.
Soundwave, report!
Trypticon remains in deep stasis. Power core at 63% integrity. Catalytic overdrive generator is severely damaged. Estimated repair time.
No, there will be no repairs. If you can hear me, understand this is not a rescue mission. Despite your great power, you failed to destroy the Autobots. You failed. Henceforth, your chassis will be altered and redesigned to my specifications.
Megatron, in his damaged state, Trypticon's alternate form will become permanent.
All the better. Soundwave, initiate the Nemesis protocol.
So 30 minutes of absolute annihilation later, Megatron's chapters are over.
And we come to the we come to the end and find that poor Trypticon's pretty horrible day gets marginally less horrible, but still not going to be that great for him, because forevermore, at least, you know, in this continuity, Trypticon is a spaceship.
Yeah, he becomes the Nemesis warship that functions as Megatron's base of operations for the rest of this game and all the way through the Transformers Prime cartoon.
It's like not exactly the best way to end up, but I suppose, you know, getting sucked dry to power another spaceship. But, you know, I think deep down he probably understood that when he failed Megatron. Like, this is a guy that, you know, if you fail him, if your name's not Starscream, well, too bad.
You failed me for the last time again.
He's got like it.
But speaking of Starscream, he is still a loose end in this, and he is about to become undone completely. So what I imagine Robokai feels is the funnest chapter out there. We have Starscream's betrayal.
as if you could actually like define his betrayal in like one like single episode. As like Starscream's betrayal, you mean like aside from that war for like that time in War for Cybertron, that time earlier in Fall of Cybertron, he's probably betrayed a whole bunch of people, like behind the scenes over the course of the. Yeah, we know, we know, guys.
In the books, I think he racks up like 4 or 5 betrayals. I mean, it's just. It's a compulsive habit at this point.
Yeah, the next level is going to be an absolute barrel of fun. Starscream finally getting to be Starscream. You realize that that High Moon have definitely written me a love letter this time. It was just like
the perfect way to put it.
Oh dear. Well, we'll get into why this level is so amazing when we get there.
Yeah, be sure to tune into it, folks, because it is incredible. But until then, I've been Cool Guy.
I've been the Lost Robokai.
Take care of yourselves, all those you love, and don't blow anybody up from now until then, folks.